Welcome to On the Greens. Yes, we are here on the Greens at the Simunye Country Club Golf Club. We have a jam pack of a highlight show, which includes the Windhoek Championship held in Namibia. Before wasting any further time, let's have a look at this magnificent par 3 here in Simunye.
The Simunye Country Club is located in the Lubombo region, surrounded by 3 nature reserves, where lies a fantastic 9-hole woodland-style golf course. Opened on the 16th of June, 1991 by founder-member Mrs. Joan Powell Campbell. A round of golf at this par 3 golf course can be an amazing experience. The design of the golf course is player-friendly with wide fairways that will play slow along with unbelievable small greens. Trees are at a premium at all times, and many finely manicured bunkers surround each hole, adding to the beauty of this gem in the region. The size of the par 3 golf course will amaze you. It ranges from 67 meters to 133 meters, which means a round can be completed in less than an hour. At 1,994 meters, the 9-hole course is an easy walk. The course has been designed with the development of golf in mind, and although it is not one of the longest, a good range of shots is always required. Carved out of lush woodland, this course will force you to play well if you hope to score well.
What an intimate and beautiful golf course they have here at Simunye. Right now I'm heading to play the most difficult hole, hole number 2, stroke 1, with the resident golfer here at Simunye Golf Club, Moses. Come, let's have a look at what went down. We're here at the Simunye Country Club to play the most difficult hole. It's a par 3, stroke 1. As you know, this is the only club that just has 9 holes of just par 3s. I'm here with Moses, representing Simunye Country Club team as the captain, who's going to just guide us and show us why is this hole stroke 1 and why is it difficult. Because you know, most par 3s to the eye, they're easy. You know, just put up on the tee box, you put it on the green. But then here, the whole golf course has par 3s. And Moses is here to just explain and tell us, Moses, why this hole is stroke 1. Welcome to the show, Moses.
Nice to meet you, Taribo.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Yes. So, as he is saying that this is a par 3, but it's a stroke 1.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a stroke 1. It is the longest par 3 in this course.
Okay.
And what makes it difficult is that big tree in front of the green, and there's a bunker just before the green.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a bunker on the right-hand side of the green. Just right here in front of the tee box. There's a tree just right on the left.
Yeah, this one right here. Yeah.
Which makes it difficult when you play
a fade.
A fade to get there. That's why this hole is a stroke 1. So
yeah, you've heard it. There's a large tree protecting the green there with bunkers, 2 bunkers right in front of the green. Then from the tee box, we've got this tree right in front of you here. So if you're fading, you're in trouble. So Moses, let's play the hole and see. Let's make a bet, right?
Okay.
Let's see what score you're going to play here. I know it's a par 3. A good score would be a birdie.
Birdie, yeah.
What are you going to play?
I'm going to get a 3.
You're going to get it?
Yeah,
got a 3. What's your handicap?
Par. Handicap 4.
Handicap 4 is going to get a par. I'd go for the par as well. So I'll let you go first, show us the way, and let's see how difficult this hole is.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So tell me, Moses, how long does it take to have a round here, whether it's a 9-hole or an 18-hole in this par 3 course?
It depends how fast or how many balls are you in.
Okay.
If we are two, we can take 30 minutes.
Okay.
If you are 4 ball, you can take up to 45 minutes to play a 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically in 2 hours you're done with the 18.
Yes. 2 hours we are done with the 18.
So now we're playing like this. This is the longest hole.
Yeah.
So the others are too short
The others are 2 shots, yeah.
and playable.
Playable.
All right. Let's go see how our balls are sitting and see if we're gonna get the pass.
A pass, yeah.
That was a good shot, Moses, over the tree. You landed just close to the green. So tell me, it looks like you're on a fairway here.
It's,
or
fairway,
not?
it's a fairway all round.
All around the course?
Yeah, it's fairway all round.
Where's the rough? There's no rough?
There's no rough in this course.
Okay, so is placement allowed?
Yeah, it's just a grip length. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so golfers that come to Simunye to play the par 3, everywhere is a fairway.
Everywhere is a fairway, yeah.
Nice, all right. Okay, let's play our second shots. You're closer, I'm a bit far end there, so I guess I'm the one playing first.
All right.
All right. Yeah, good chip. Yeah, Moses, I see the green is a little bit small here.
Yeah.
And the pin placement.
Yeah, the pin placement is right on the ridge.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes it a little bit
Difficult.
difficult to putt on this hole. So you must have an art. Otherwise, it's easy to get a 6 or a 5.
Okay, we're going for pars, so let's see
Yeah.
how we'll play this one. Get up there. Okay. Bogey. Oh, beauty.
That's a par.
That's a par. Well played, Moses.
Well played, Taribo.
It's a home ground. You played a par here. I played a bogey. But in any case, I did realize it is a difficult par 3, stroke 1. It's got bunkers protecting the green. The green itself is not that big. The pin placement right on the ridge, quite tricky. Even my part, I had to try and make sure that it climbs the ridge there. But then Moses was on a similar position, but he's playing here every day, so it was quite easy for him.
Yeah.
Moses, thank you.
Yeah.
Any message to golfers out there?
I would like to maybe call upon golfers
Yeah.
just to visit us here, because we normally play 2 competitions a month.
Okay.
It's a medal and a individual stable fort.
All right.
The second week of the month we play our monthly mag, and then the last week of the month we play our individual stable fort. So if a player comes from outside playing the long course,
Yeah.
if he comes here playing off an 8,
Yes.
we chop him down by 2 shots
Oh, okay. Okay.
so that he can play off a 6, because it makes easier to play here off a par 3s than playing on the long course.
On the long course. Okay.
Yes.
So you've heard it, golfers. Even if you are international, you're coming to visit Swaziland, come to the Simunye Country Club and play. Note that your handicap will be chopped by 2,
Yeah.
by 2 shots. But in any case, it's a nice par 3. It's playable. Do visit us here at Simunye Country Club.
Yeah. And our competition fee is just a migrant fee, $70 a competition fee.
Oh, which is affordable. You know, take a drive, come here. You know, for 70 rand or 70 emalangeni, you can play this 9 holes. Play it twice, make it an 18 hole. Thank you, Moses.
Thank you.
Coming
Once
up
again.
next is a sit-down interview, but in this case it wasn't a sit-down. You know, we had a challenge with the June winner, the MTN monthly winner, Qiniso Mkhonta. We're up here at the mini golf, up at the corporate place, at the Wood Potter. Standing next to me here is July winner, MTN monthly winner, Qiniso Mkhonta. Qiniso, how are you? First of all, I'll need to congratulate you for winning this July monthly Masters. How does it feel, man?
It's a great privilege. I had a great time playing my golf that weekend. Don't know what to say, but it was a great day for me.
It was a point system, right?
Yeah, it was a point system.
And you won by 42 points, 44 points?
44 points.
44 points. Where do you think you got most of those points? Back nine, front nine?
It was the same, actually. I got the same points with
22?
15 points, 15 points.
Okay.
Then I add up my handicap because I was a 14 by that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a modified tournament, I remember. You got points, then you had to add your handicap to actually become the eventual winner. So on the given day, where do you think in Mbabane you felt like, you know, this two parts or this birdie or this eagle is really giving me contention to win this cup?
It was a hole number 6 where I hit my ball. It was next to the green. I chipped it. It was not that long. But,
Yeah.
it was just a normal part.
Hole number 6 is a par 4.
Yeah, par 4 was next to the green.
Oh, you drove next to the green? Oh, okay. Then you two-putted?
Yeah, no, I made a one putt because I chipped in.
Okay.
I was next to the green and I chipped in and made a big.
So that gave you 3 points.
Yeah.
That was 3 for 3. Oh, okay. Awesome. Any other hole besides number 6?
It was hole number 6 on the back 9 again.
Again?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You're consistent.
Yeah.
You play the same points back and front 9. You kill, I might say, play well on number 6 on both front and back.
Yeah, it was both on front and back 9.
So have you won any major cup in Swaziland in terms of golf?
Nah, I became number 2 in 3 and like that.
Oh, okay. Before I challenge you here, because I want to get to know you more, I know Qiniso is still a student, goes to school, goes to high school, and he plays golf. I'm going to challenge you here. This is a different setup. It's not the normal golf that we play. But just briefly tell the viewers, who is Qiniso Mkhonta?
Qiniso Mkhonta is a 15-year-old boy. He's in Goyoyo.
Okay.
Played golf. I started golf when I was about 4 years. I was in preschool.
Uh-huh.
I'm sponsored by my dad, obviously.
Mr. Andrew Mkhonta, yes?
Mr. Andrew Mkhonta. I go to St. Francis High,
St. Francis High. What grade now?
grade 11.
Grade 11. Okay. Interesting. You started golf when you were in preschool. So you already knew how to hold the club when you were a toddler? Oh, of course. Okay, no problem, Qiniso. So we're here at the Wood Putter. You know this place?
Yeah.
You've been here? So you've played here? Oh, awesome stuff. So we're going to play here, a challenge. We'll see who plays better today. You know, but if I play better, I'm taking the trophy. Deal?
Obviously, we will.
No, but then let's play. I'm going to challenge you on this one and see if you still remember how you won this one. Okay, come, let's go ahead. Let's go play. So this is hole 1. So we've got 18 holes to play, right? The challenge is, let's see who will play the best score,
Yes.
right? And let's see who will have a lot of hole-in-ones. It's a part 2 because it's a putt. That's the rules, right? So you have to either play it twice or once, you know. So we only go up to 3. 3 you pick up.
Okay.
All right? Okay, go ahead. You first. Okay, you can go finish it. Okay, that's a 2 for you. Oh, ooh, that was close. Oh, that was close. That was close. That's a good one. Before we play hole number 3, I see you are leading now. What's your highlight of your junior golf besides the MTN that you just won? What other highlights, great highlights that you have in your belt?
I nearly won the Winhoek Open, which was in SA, and the SRIC Open,
Okay.
which was before the MTN Monthly Master. I didn't play so well, but I managed to get into the podium. Yeah, and some junior opens came second position,
Okay.
first position, and
Let's talk about the Winhoek Open. That's in Mpumalanga.
Yes.
When was that?
it was was it? It was May.
In May,
Yeah,
this,
in
this
May.
year.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
I won the best net.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the best net overall. With the other juniors and
Yeah.
I won the overall.
Oh, okay.
competition.
Oh, we also had other Swazi juniors
Yeah.
playing in that competition.
Yeah, so I managed to win the best net.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, let's continue. Sure. Nice. 2 over. You said you go to St. Francis.
Yes.
How are you finding St. Francis?
It's a good school, good teachers, everything is good there.
Which subjects are you excelling?
Maths.
That you're good at? Maths.
Yes, maths.
So any plans after school, because you want to be a doctor, you want to be in engineering, you need to be doing some calculations there. Any plans after school? What are your plans? Besides playing golf?
It's electrical mechanical engineering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's more in the field of air conditioning. My dad's company.
Oh, so you want to take over your dad's business?
Yeah.
Does he know that?
Yeah, he knows that.
He knows that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're good in maths and electrical engineering, air conditioning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Let's play. Let's continue playing. I'll be asking you more questions for the viewers to know you well. So we're putting here, right? What's the difference between putting here and putting in a real green at the golf course?
Is that there's not those challenges
Yeah.
and so much uphills, and the grass is much different from this one.
But it seems like you're doing very well. Like two putts all the way. It's the talent that you have?
Yeah, I can say that it's a talent, and I'm much used to the putting. I'm good in putting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and most of my golf is in the putting.
So your strong game is your putting.
Yeah, it's my putting.
If I knew, I'd have just done this interview at the golf course so that we play, not here. All right, now you are 1 over. 4 over. Let's continue. We're at 8. Still have 10 more holes to go, eh? So it's not over yet. A few holes to go. 6 over, 3 over. So you're leading by 3. Tell me about golf. Why do you love golf?
I think I love it because I started it as a kid, and my golf improved a lot, and I started winning.
Yeah.
That's what encouraged me to play golf, and I
it's
ended up loving golf.
It's the winning.
Yeah, it's the winning.
Okay, besides that, anything outside the sports that you enjoy about golf?
It's a peaceful sport. There's no fighting, and there's no queries about anything, and conflicts between golfers or people in golf. Yeah.
And you get to meet different people. And
Yeah. People are from around the world.
Yeah.
Like now there's a Sunshine Tour. Like you get to meet pros, and you get encouraged by the pros.
So there's no way you're going to hate this sport unless you start losing. Young man, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations for winning the putt against me. Final score? 4 over, 8 over. So not only is he good in golf out there, he's also good in putt. But he did say that his strength is in his putting. We also, he's good in putting. He got a birdie and he was playing 2 putts almost all the way. Well, I was struggling. I cannot say my game is putting, but nonetheless, well done. Congratulations for winning the Monthly Master for last month. Hopefully you're going to defend it this month.
Yes, I'll try to.
You'll try to.
Yeah.
Any advice to the young kids, the one that you're with at school, the kids that are doing the golf academy now, and any other kids that are aspiring to be a golf player just like you and hold this amazing trophy?
All I can say is that they can practice a lot more and come for practice, and their game one day will improve, because golf is a difficult sport.
Yeah.
After some time it improves,
Okay.
Then you get better and better and end up being a pro.
End up being a pro.
Yes.
What about those children that don't know how to play golf at all? Do they have a chance?
Yeah, they have a chance. Everyone has a chance. Even old men have a chance.
Even old men have a chance.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Qiniso, and all the best in your high school at St. Francis, and all the best with your golf.
Thanks, man.
All right, thank you. Congratulations to the junior golfer, Qiniso Mkhonta, for winning June's MTN Monthly Masters. What a bright future this young boy has. Coming up next is local highlights. We also have a special package of the Windhoek Championship happening in Namibia. Let's have a look at what went down.
The JM Busha 54 Races campaign invaded Eswatini, and golf was yet another social investment program used by the organization, which aims at promoting education, peace, unity, and harmony among people and nations. The Royal Swazi Golf Course hosted this initiative that had over 50 golfers participating on the given day, including Mr. Busha himself. Right at the 10th, good bunker play by Mota. MJ for par, needed to hit it firm for that line. Taps in the bogey. A par attempt for Dlamini. Unfortunately, it lips out. It's really unbelievable, the frustration is too clear. Par attempt for Mota. Sinks it. Was a great up and down. On to the first tee. Khumalo, Mahlalela, and Clement tee off in style. Good approach by Mahlalela. What an orthodox follow through by Khumalo. Nonetheless, a good approach to the green. Mahlalela chips it close even for his par. From the fringe, Khumalo chips it on the green, leaving him work for his par. Birdie opportunity for Clement. Just misses the hole. Walks and taps in the par. Khumalo for his power putt. Falls short and takes 2 points on this hole. Easy tap-in par for Mahlalela, who registers 3 points in his card. On the 8th, par 4, Senzo Bachis, Bumelelo Vilagati, Taripo Bembe, and Nicholas Vilagati tee off as they play their second last hole. Senzo pulled his driver and plays a good recovery second shot. Right on the fairway, Nicholas Vilagati approaches the green. From off the putting surface, Taribo rolls his birdie try. Not bad from off the green. Taps in an easy par. Uphill birdie opportunity from Bumelelo. Too strong on that one. Nick for birdie. Poor effort. Senzo for a 3-pointer. Funny guy thanks the TV guy.
Thank you, Mr. TV.
With the greens under repair, Bumelelo's putt suffers as it moves away from its line. Nicholas for an important par putt. Ooh, it's in the hole. At the par 5, 17th, Gideon Mhlongo weirdly hacks his third straight into the bunker. Nhlanhla Maphanga opts to putt way off the green. It climbs perfectly. Good bunker play by Mhlongo. Styles Richards chips close. Bongani Mamba's uphill putt needs more juice. Another uphill par putt by the Mbabane City Council CEO. Legs it close. Maphanga is too strong. Great leg putt by Bongani Mamba and taps in the par. Styles Richards for birdie. Makes it looks easy. Easy tap ins for both Nhlanhla and Gideon.
Musha 54 Races for Peace and Unity in Africa is a peace initiative to try and promote peace and unity in Africa. You are aware that in 1963, the OAU, which is now the AU, was formed purposely to try and promote peace in Africa and unity in Africa. But I think African countries still remain very divided between the Franco and the English-speaking countries and the Portuguese-speaking countries. But also we still continue to see a lot of struggle in Africa. So there isn't much peace. You are aware that last year there were some auctions of young men from Cameroon, from Nigeria, in Libya, the slave auction, as we call it. And there are lots of young people also who are drowning in the streets, in the Mediterranean seas, trying to cross into Europe. So I think the objective of the 54 is to try and look at all the 54 member states of the AU to promote and pledge peace. So we're trying to involve individuals, governments and companies to make sure that there's peace in Africa.
Well, obviously, Taribo, I think it just makes perfect sense, man. We need peace. Peace is just another word that should be just circulating around the whole world. We need a bit of peace somewhere there and there, But yeah, I think the cause is okay, and that's why we're all here, just to support that, as Africa, as I don't want to go racist, but as black people, we need to start underlining that word into our nerve to say that we need that. We need a lot of peace in our continent.
A great day on the golf course to help promote JM Busha initiative. Day results were the top 5. Siva Dlamini winning the tournament on 42 points. Rashid Mohammed runner-up on 40 points. Jetor Masugu on 39 points. Jay Kumalo on 38 points, and Sandile Kongo on 38 points. The SRIC Golf League is in the business part of things. Played in 2 folds at the Royal Swazi, the Championship and Consolation Leagues. All companies playing their first round games. We pick up the action on hole 11 ERG versus Liberty, playing in the Championship log. For ERG, Peter Dlamini and Bonkosi Masugu. For Liberty, Dlamini and Vusi Dlamini. After pulling his tee shot to the left, Mongi finds a gap within trees with a great recovery shot. Masugu plays his just off the second cut. Mongi seems to be struggling to play on the right fairway. Vusi plays his second, while Masugu brilliantly chips onto the green from an awkward angle. Vusi replies with a great play. Masugu from way uptown. Good speed, good putt. Consolation League matchup. Segusile Insurance Brokers versus Lassicon. Playing for Segusile, Clement Dlamini and Mazia. And for Lassicon, Noktula and Tulani. Noktula punches her second straight to the bunker, while Clement plays his second from the fairway bunker. Mazia attacks the green. Clement's aiming sends him way wide, but chips a good one on the green. Noktula's bunker plays rolls onto the green and rests on the fringe. Can Tulani sink it in from the fringe? Great effort. He taps it in. Another off the green effort by Mazia. Well played. Clement for bogey. Reads it well. Good putt. And Noktula cleans it up well. Still on the consolation log teams. SRICB versus Potts Construction at the signature par 3 hole 18. Bunker play by SRIC's Sabelo Mota. Well out. Potts player Brian Mabuza chipping for birdie. Looks online. Just misses to the right. Now that's not how you putt for a par. Sizwe showing for par. Oh no, that was too strong of a putt. Speed kills. Mr. Mkhonta still can't find the hole. Hopefully Brian will. Oops, too positive. Come on, Sizwe, please sink this one. Oh no, not a good day in the office. After all the first round games, here are the results. Let's have a look at the championship and consolation tables.
Highlights of the 2018 Windhoek Lager Golf Championship are proudly brought to you by Windhoek Lager. 2018 saw the fifth staging of the Winhoek Lager Championship, one of the most prestigious events on the African amateur golf calendar. It's an event that has grown to include golfers from 11 African countries, with players competing across A, B and C divisions, along with a women's championship and a championship for disabled golfers. Once again, the Winhoek Country Club was the host club, and competitors gathered there for the traditional pre-tournament flag-raising ceremony.
Previous winners in the past have actually said that this is the best amateur tournament that they have attended. We try and make it as tournament professional as possible, and I think we have achieved it every year, I think a little better, and they get the true experience of what tournament golf is all about.
The Winhoek Lager Championship has an illustrious honours board, with 3 different winners across the previous 4 years, starting with Zambia's Mwaliqua Sondashi back in 2014. After Sondashi won the inaugural event, the competition was extended from 5 to 9 countries, and in 2015 Zimbabwe's Stuart Krog claimed the title. Krog went on to earn a college scholarship to the United States, with the Winhoek Lager Championship the perfect springboard to the next step in his golf development. Krog's victory preceded a dominant 2 years for Zambia's Aaron Simfukwe Jr. as he stepped in to claim back-to-back titles in Windhoek. Simfukwe first announced himself in 2016 before the Royal Livingston Golf Club resident went on to successfully defend his title last year, setting himself up for a career in the professional ranks.
I think it's been very varied, but when I say varied, I mean very positive in many senses, but it's very different. From an Aaron Simfukwe, as you mentioned, who's won this tournament twice, he eventually had the confidence to turn professional after his second victory. That has been sort of one of the objectives of this tournament. The other objective, of course, was to live true to our company purpose, which is creating a future enhancing life. And we can go to an example of an ordinary barman in a little town in the Cape, Swellendam. A club member actually spotted him chipping around the green one day and said, "But youngster, you can play this game a little bit," and invited him to enter into a competition. He won that competition and eventually ended up coming to Namibia for the final. And he had never been on an aeroplane before. And you know, these are all things that are making a difference. And I believe that we've really made a difference to many golfers in many countries.
To day one now of the 2018 Winhoek Lager Championship. A chilly winter's morning greeted the field, but that didn't faze the host nation's Likies Nandi. Slightly out of position at the first, this bump and run producing an excellent result and gave Nandi the perfect start to the tournament. Also taking advantage of the short par 4 first, which plays just 309 metres off the card, Zimbabwe's Lazarus Clever, his well-judged approach setting up a birdie opportunity at the opening hole. He would eventually come up short with his birdie attempt, but still a solid 4th the first for Clever. Going one better, Namibia's Nandi, who plays his golf out of Rossmond Golf Club in Swakopmund off a +2 handicap. 1 under par after 1 thanks to the short birdie putt. The first was offering up birdie opportunities, and another player to take advantage after a good drive, Kenya's Daniel Nduva. No surprise considering he's a +4 handicap. This short iron putting him in prime position to capitalise. A nice uphill birdie putt to start for Nduva. Unfortunately, his attempt lipping out, and the Kenyan having to settle for par at the first. To the par 5 7th hole now, where Edwin Madigela of Botswana found the greenside bunker in 2. His bunker shot though giving him an outside chance at a birdie on the 457-metre par 5. A bit better off Swaziland's Brandon Rennie, who found the green in 2. But his eagle attempt just not breaking enough, and Rennie having to settle for a tap-in birdie, which moved his score back to 1 over par for the tournament after 7 holes. Madigela, meanwhile, was looking to match his playing partner with this birdie attempt from around 12 feet. Never in any doubt, with the Botswana player going to school on Rennie's putt and taking his score to 1 under par for the championship. Playing behind Madigela and Rennie, local favourite Likies Nande, who missed the green with his 3rd at the 7th. No problems though for the Namibian golfer, who produced an outstanding chip, which nearly went in for an unlikely birdie. After missing the green, Nandi was probably happy with the par though, which ensured he remained at 1 over par for the tournament. To the par 3 9th, where Nandi was looking to finish the front 9 strongly and bounce back from a bogey at the 8th. A solid iron finding the back edge of the green and setting up a birdie opportunity. Nandi was a man in form and on a great streak, winning all 5 qualifying tournaments to comfortably book his spot at the Windhoek Championship. This putt a decent effort from Nandi, but it slides just by. Nonetheless, it's a 3 and a front 9 of 2 over par 37. Not the perfect start for Nandi, but no significant damage done. Winhoek Country Club providing a decent test for Africa's top amateur golfers. To the 16th now, where Nandi arrived after putting together a run of 2 birdies, a par, a bogey and an eagle, leaving him 2 under on the 9 and level for the day. His approach finding the fringe at the back of the green. Even better, this effort from Lazarus Clever, the 4 handicapper from Zimbabwe, who was having a tough day at 9 over par after 15. Nearly holding out for a 2 and eventually setting up an easy birdie opportunity. Nandi, meanwhile, had this effort for a birdie from the back edge. It ultimately ran on a little and left the Namibian with a bit of a tester coming back for par. No problems for the youngster, who had gone to card an opening round at 1 over par 72 to claim the early honours on day 1. Clever was able to convert his birdie opportunity to move back to 8 over par for the tournament. The Zimbabwean would go on to double bogey the 18th and had to settle for an 11 over par 82 and 8th place at the close of the opening round. Confirmation of Nandi's 72 and a 1-shot lead over Daniel Nduva of Kenya, who carded a 2 over 73. Madigela was a further 2 shots back, with Tanzania's Victor Joseph and Brandon Rennie of Swaziland closing out the top 5. Winhoek Country Club was in great nick for this most prestigious of African amateur golf events. For the first time, the Windhoek Championship included a disabled section, in addition to the men's A, B and C divisions and the women's competition. Coming out on top over the 2 days, South Africa's Conrad Stolz, who bounced back from a poor first day to register a score of 64 Stablefoot points off a 5 handicap across the 2 days.
We've got a lot of disabled golf in South Africa. You know, we've got provincial, we've got the national disabled open every year, and then we've got every second Sunday of a month the different provinces that they organize a disabled tournament, so but it's only once a month. So this is really excellent for disabled golf. I play off a 5 and I shot a 74 today, and I can guarantee it was better than some of the C division golfers. So disabled doesn't make you lame. It gives you opportunities, and take it, and golf is an excellent opportunity for disabled golf. You get a handicap and you play off it.
To round 2 now, and the men's A division players looking to kick on after having a good sight of the course earlier in the day. Not so for Denmark Mulambo. This birdie attempt at the 4th just staying out, much to Mulambo's frustration. The scratch golfer from Zambia clearly keen to bounce back from his opening 78. The nearby Eros airport providing a bit of a distraction for those golfers not entirely focused on the task at hand. Not our first round leader Likias Nande, who started the round at 1 over par. Bogeys at 4, 5 and 8, and just the solitary birdie at 7 meant the Namibian arrived at the par 3 9th at 3 over for the tournament. This tee shot producing a solid if unspectacular result. But the same can't be said for the long birdie attempt. Nande finding the bottom of the cup for an excellent 2 to close the front 9 on 2 over for the tournament. Clearly a good read from Nande's caddy. Swaziland's Brandon Rennie, meanwhile, was looking to improve on his opening 76. This good chip shot was a step in the right direction, but it was ultimately a disappointing second round of 87 for Rennie, which saw him fall off the pace. After looking to make up ground, Botswana's Edwin Madigela, this a stunning chip-in for birdie at the par 5 11th, on his way to a second round 78 and a 2-round score of 11 over par. Also going nicely on the 11th, Victor Joseph of Tanzania. He produced a good second shot to finish just off the green at the par 5 and well within eagle range. The 11th was playing fairly easy on the day at just 477 metres for a par 5. And Nande was another player to take advantage, using his length to hit the green in 2 and give himself an eagle chance. Joseph lined up his eagle attempt, but it slid to the right. He tapped in for a birdie to go to 7 over for the tournament. Clearly still some ground to make up on the leaders for the Tanzanian. A similar result for Nande, who nudged his birdie putt into the back of the cup to return to 2 over. The Namibian would go on to par the next 6 holes before arriving at the 18th. Out of position after 2 shots, this chip pitched in the fringe and came up short. Certainly not the result Nande was looking for and not his best effort. That left a tough putt for par, and Nande duly missed, shaving the right edge and having to settle for a closing bogey. A disappointing end to a solid back 9. Nonetheless, Nande was still able to sign for a second round 73 to follow up his opening 72. That left him at 3 over par for the tournament, and with a 2-shot lead over Kenya's Daniel Nduva, who carded a second round 74. At this stage it looked like a 2-horse race, with third-placed Madigela and Joseph 6 shots adrift of Nduva on 11 over par. Mulambo rounding off the top 5 a further 2 shots back on 13 over after a second round 77. So day 1 in the bag and all the competitors looking forward to the final round. Before that though, an opportunity to reflect on day 1 and for the competitors to socialise, interact and network and get to know one another a bit better away from the golf course. There was also the opportunity to reward the regional winners from the 11 African countries and give them something memorable to take away from Windhoek. A nice touch from the sponsors and the icing on the cake for Africa's premier amateur golf event. Day 2 and another early start for the Winhoek Championship competitors and starter and event ambassador Trevor Dodds. Dodds is Namibia's greatest ever golfer with 14 professional wins worldwide.
The first year there was all this anticipation. Now you start seeing people come back that have played it a couple of times. I think the standard in general has gone up. So it's really fun, and it's at a club level, but I think it does influence club level in a dramatic way.
Those 14 pro wins for Dodds included the 1990 South African Open and the 1998 Greater Greensboro Chrysler Classic on the USPGA Tour. So he's been around a bit and knows what it takes to make the step up from amateur golf.
I could only wish that I had an opportunity like this. The youngsters today are getting opportunities that we never dreamt of, and I think it merits that our golf in general in Namibia should improve.
Today 2 action and the men's B division, where Namibia's Anton Bonifacius was looking to consolidate his position at the top of the leaderboard. Playing off a 12 handicap, Bonifacius led with 38 points in round 1 before pulling away from the field with an impressive 41 in round 2. That opened up an 8-point lead over South Africa's De Wet Boshoff, who plays off a 14 handicap. Could Bonifacius wrap things up in round 3? Back to the men's A division, where Botswana's Edwin Madigela started the third round 8 shots off the pace and looked to make up ground on leader Likies Nande. This tee shot a great start. Kenya's Daniel Nduva was also looking for a fast start and to put further pressure on Nande, who'd already dropped a shot at the opening hole. What's the best way to do that? Well, early birdies, of course. Nande, in turn, was looking to regroup after that early bogey 5 at the first and restore his 2-stroke advantage over Nduva. This tee shot at the third, leaving an outside chance at a birdie. It's a big breaky putt for Nande, but not enough legs, I'm afraid, and he had to settle for a par at the third. That left the young Namibian at 4 over par and with a 1-shot lead over Nduva. So Nduva had a chance to join Nande at the top of the leaderboard. A good effort, he gave it every chance, but no birdie at the third for Nduva, and the lead remained 1 shot. Nduva tidying up to stay at 5 over par for the tournament. Madigela, meanwhile, also failed with his birdie attempt. A chance to make up ground went to begging. The one handicapper from Botswana had to settle for a third straight par to remain at 11 over for the tournament. Another one of the chasing pack, Zambia's Denmark Mulambo, who started the round 10 shots off the pace. After 4 consecutive pars, a fantastic second into the par 4 fifth set up a birdie. And Mulambo was back to 12 over par for the tournament. Further down the leaderboard, South Africa's Frans Kutzer on his way to a final round of 82 and overall 9th place, under the watchful eye of the tournament's ambassador Trevor Dodds. Madigela now, chipping his third on the 10th, but coming up a little short with a disappointing effort from that distance. Nduva, meanwhile, had played the front 9 in level par, which meant he trailed Nande by just 1 shot with 9 holes to play. A good bunker shot at 10, setting up a birdie opportunity. Nande, in turn, was struggling on the par 5 and had this long putt to stay at 4 over. No joy for the youngster, and he dropped back to 5 over par for the tournament and a tie for the lead with Nduva. Madigela seemed to get a good read on Nande's putt and duly rolled in his birdie effort to get back to 11 over for the tournament. Over to Nduva now. Could he make this putt and grab the lead from Nande? Absolutely. No doubt from about 6 feet, and Kenya's Daniel Nduva leads the Windhoek Championship A division by 1 shot with 8 holes to play. A bit further down the leaderboard, Swaziland's Brandon Rennie was looking to bounce back from his disastrous 87 in the second round. He was solid in round 3, with just 4 dropped shots arriving at the 11th. Yeah, he had a good chance at birdie. Also at the 11th, Ritesh Venkama of Mauritius. Not the prettiest second shot ever seen at this hole, but gee, it's effective, running up nicely to finish about 8 feet from the hole and well within eagle range. So a chance for the 4-handicapper to get a couple of shots back. Unfortunately not to be, and Venkamar had to settle for a birdie. Not a bad result considering the contact made on that second shot. To Rennie now, who made no mistake from close range and grabbed himself a birdie too. Let's check on our leaders coming up the 11th. Nduva out of position for 2 and forced to play his third shot from distance. It's solid though, finishing just off the green, and par shouldn't be a problem from here, assuming the short game is in shape. Can he chip it close? Well, just about. Not exactly stone dead, but well within par range for the Kenyan. Nandi, meanwhile, was also just off the green for 2, and he followed up with a fantastic lag putt from distance. That ensured a straightforward birdie for the young Namibian. After the bogey at 10, the perfect response. And he's back tied for the lead on 4 over. The pressure was back on Nduva, who had to nail a short par putt to remain level with Nandi. Ouch! A confident effort lipped out, and the seesaw lead flipped to Nandi once again, who led by 1 with 7 holes to play. Kenya versus Namibia down the home stretch. To the 18th we go, when Nandi arrived with a 3-shot lead after playing the 6 holes since the 11th in even par. A rock-solid second all but wrapped-up victory for the local favourite. Playing partner Victor Joseph found himself in the fairway bunker, but his recovery effort was arguably the shot of the day. A stunning result to set up a strong finish for the Tanzanian, who would close with a third round 79. With Nandi on the green for 2, Nduva needed to hole his second to have even a slight chance of forcing a playoff. Even that would require a Nandi 3-putt. A tall order. Nonetheless, a good approach from the Kenyan and a birdie opportunity. Nandi, meanwhile, looking to finish with a flourish with a closing birdie from long range. Not enough, I'm afraid, but enough for the title, with at least 2 putts for victory. Can Nduva finish strong and close with a birdie at the 18th? He can! A closing birdie for the Kenyan, who signed off for the 1 over par 72 and a 3-round score of 6 over par. Unfortunately, a case of what might have been, as Nduva was left to rue 3 bogeys on the back 9. No problems for Nandi though, as he tapped in for par and a closing 1 over par 72. That was good enough for a 2-shot victory over Kenya's Nduva.
From the beginning, this was my dream or one of my goals to become the first Namibian to ever do this. This is my 2nd year that I tried. I finished 3rd last year. So I just worked hard and told myself, just give yourself a chance to be a champion, and that's it. This is actually a very good competition for golf in Africa, because that's the only time or one of the times that you get to compete against the top amateurs throughout the continent. So yeah, some of the guys we play against them at the Zone 6 and all that, so I know some of them, I know their game, but then I don't really play against them. I play against the course, and that's it.
A day to remember for Namibia's Likius Nande, the first golfer from his country to win the Windhoek Championship A Division. He collected the trophy from tournament ambassador Trevor Dodds, who no doubt likes what he sees in Nande. A young Namibian golfer making his way and stringing together some impressive results. Could we see Nande following in the footsteps of Dodds and carving out a successful professional career in the future? Time will tell. Confirmation of Nande's 2-stroke victory over Kenya's Daniel Nduva, thanks to a 3-round score of 217, 4 over par. Third went to Zambia's Denmark Mulambo, with Botswana's Edwin Madigela and Tanzania's Victor Joseph completing the top 5. Swaziland, Mauritius, Zimbabwe, South Africa and the Seychelles all represented further down the leaderboard. Back to the men's B division now, where Namibia's Anton Bonifacius was able to keep his nose out in front. A final round haul of 37 points ensured a 3-round score of 116. That was good enough for a 7-point victory over South Africa's De Wet Boshoff, and a 1-2 for Namibian golf following Likius Nande's A division win.
No, it means a lot to me, man. It's my first time, and I won it. I couldn't believe it, so I will take it.
Confirmation of the B Division results, with Bonifacius out in front ahead of Boshoff and third placed Frank Wemba of Zambia. On to the men's C Division, where Botswana's Frederick Vilanda came out on top of his 22 handicap. 73 points was the winning score over 2 rounds.
As we go back now to Botswana, I will go and encourage other players to play golf, because I am playing off a 22 now, and I am better than that, playing off a 17. I know I can play over 17, but well, I'm happy. I'm very happy to be here and to be a winner of the C Division.
In the women's competition, victory for Zimbabwe's Ruth Chandengerwa with 68 points over 2 rounds off a 15 handicap.
You are finished?
I would like to go and tell my fellow Zimbabweans that this is a nice country. If if we could grab this opportunity to come and play again, I will come back and play.
A successful conclusion to the 5th Windhoek Lager Championship, with the host nation standing out as the big winners on this occasion.
Namibia to please come forward to receive the team award.
A fantastic performance from Team Namibia, who no doubt took full advantage of their local knowledge to produce consistent results across the 4 competitions. Led of course by A Division champion Likies Nande, who looks to be a star of the future and an African golfer to keep an eye on. Likies Nande, remember the name. Highlights of the 2018 Windhoek Lager Golf Championship were proudly brought to you by Windhoek Lager.
Join us again next time as we bring you local golf activities happening in the country. Do watch this program on Eswatini TV, 4:30 p.m. every Saturday. If you've missed it, check out a link on our YouTube channel, Eswatini TV. Till next time.